was a honey to my ears, yeah. Every me. remember me. Remember me for centuries. Just one mistake is all it will take.
Ladies and gentlemen, our presentation will begin shortly. As a courtesy to our presenters and other members of the audience, please take this moment to switch devices to silent mode. Thank you.
Remember me for centuries. We've been here forever. And here's the chosen fruit. I could scream forever. We are the poison Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me. Remember me for centuries. Just one mistake is all it will take. We'll go down in history. Remember me for centuries. We'll go down in history. Remember me for centuries. This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Stylin', wildin', living it up in the got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band about that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Don't believe me. Hey, 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 oh! Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio, get the stretch. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show out, smoother than a fresh drop skipping. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Bitch, say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bout that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Hey, 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 oh! Before we leave, let me tell y'all a little something. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. I said uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up.
WWDC opening number? Good question. You know, I think I've always been attracted to risk, you know. When I shared my vision for the number, I said, hey, this is just a developers conference. You don't need to overthink it. But I always feel that my job as a director is to push an idea. What's that? Am I a genius? I don't know. What?
Hey, David, are you ready for the walkthrough?
Yeah.
Who are you talking to in here?
No one.
Shh. You were talking to somebody. Unless you were talking to yourself.
I've been working on this new app called Work Crush. It's for people who have crushes on their workmates and want to know when you're nearby. It's not for me, but yeah. Oh, hi, David.
Yeah, I thought you were supposed to be guarding my door.
Which one is your door?
Rick, look at me. Need you angry in there, Rick. Need you angry. Yeah. Did you get that email about my email not working?
No.
What? No. It needs to be more, you know, like...
Yeah, it means bigger.
Bigger. Yeah, like developers are on fire.
Which iPhone you want for the main character, silver or gold?
You see silver? You see gold? Okay. You see silver? You see gold? See, I can't tell because the reflection of the flames on it. I can't...
Can you decide this later?
Yeah, he's right. Let's decide it later.
We'll take the gold. Gotta choose the talent for the dating app number?
Yes. No. Yes. No. Yeah. The pretty one.
That's you.
Wow! Did you do that? Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's my coffee!
Yeah!
Ah! Oh, cool. Oh, that's awesome. Did you bring my sugar or anything? Who are these guys?
The Tim Cook likes you asked.
Oh, right. You guys are good to get wet, right?
Hey!
Oh, hey! You guys are the faces of WWDC. Let's go! Oh, wait, not the real faces. You're the masks that they give you. What's this?
Goat Simulator.
Goat Simulator. I'm not feeling to kill it. All right, wait. Oh, that's an axe. No. Don't actually kill it, okay? There he is. Hey!
David, what have you got me into here? Am I like a Victoria's Secrets guy?
You are an angel investor. You make millions off kids' dreams.
So I'm just a rich guy.
You're a rich guy. Bring him up!
Ooh, this harness cuts the circulation off of my legs.
Oh, that's all right, buddy. No worries. Go! Stop! Okay, let's run it. No. I say when we run it. Who is it? Why is he saying my words? Run it. Thank you.
So many days of death time, haven't seen a ray of sunshine, locked in my coding lair. It's been days since I changed my underwear. My app is in the store. From the whiteboard to the app store, cause when I code I'm swift, boy. Objective C, objective one, objective me. See the app, I made that. Download my game, you played that. App of the day, now I'm worldwide. 5 stars, now watch me shine.
You made the cut, the world is yours. Now that your app is in the store, this is your break, your time to fly. So reach your hands out and touch the sky.
What happened?
The generator's blown!
Damn it! Well, can I at least get a work light?
Rebooting!
How long until we're up and running?
I don't know, maybe 24 hours?
Well, what am I supposed to do with this? Guys, we go live tomorrow. That's just a bottle of water and a laptop.
I don't know. I think it's kind of pretty.
All right, we'll work with it. I'll tell you what, though, whoever walks out there better have something pretty incredible to say.
Yeah, I just hope he doesn't get booed.
Either way, we're getting free watches out of it.
Good morning! Good morning! Good morning! Good morning! Good morning! Thanks for joining us, and welcome to San Francisco. Welcome to WWDC 2015. Although we may not have any, thank you, high-flying trapeze acts, we do have a lot of great things to talk about this morning. This developer conference continues to be the epicenter of change for not only Apple, but the industry. This is our 26th WWDC. We have attendees today from over 70 countries, and 80% are here for the very first time. This is our most global conference ever. And a special shout out to our 350 scholarship winners. These guys are unbelievable. I spent some time with them yesterday. Our youngest scholarship winner is a 12-year-old girl from New York. She is going to have a fantastic future ahead. We've got over 100 sessions planned for you and over 150 labs so that you can get your hands on our latest technologies. And we've got over 1,000 Apple engineers to answer just about any question that you might have. Now, we had a lot more people that would have liked to have been here this morning, but unfortunately, we just can't fit any more in, as you can tell. And so for the first time, we're not only live streaming the keynote, but we're live streaming 30 sessions of the conference as well. Now, before we get right to the show, I'd like to bring up something that I saw just a few days ago. This is Brandon Moss of the Cleveland Indians, and he hit his 100th career home run last Tuesday. Obviously, it's a huge milestone if you're a baseball player. Not a lot of people do this. And you can imagine how much that ball would mean to him to have it. It turns out the ball was hit into the Indians' bullpen, and his teammates decided to play a bit of a prank on him. They decided to hold it for ransom. And this is the list of things they asked for: Apple Watches, iPads, MacBook Airs, iPhones. It's unbelievable. It's a shopping list for the Apple Store. Now, Brandon would have had to raid an Apple Store to get that ball back. That didn't seem quite right to us. And so what we're going to do is we're going to pay the ransom. And I have the ball right here. We're giving the ball to Brandon, and we're going to give everything his teammates asked for to them so everybody's happy. So congratulations, Brandon, on 100 home runs, and good luck on the next 100. Now, we've got a jam-packed morning for you. We're going to get started with OS X. We're bringing a whole bunch of new great capabilities to the Macintosh. And next, we've got a great update for iOS, the world's most advanced mobile operating system. And today, we're bringing native apps to the watch with a new version of the watchOS, which gives the developers even more time to create even greater apps for the watch that will change the world. Now, all three of these ecosystems together provide incredible opportunities for developers and unbelievable possibilities for users. So we're very excited about this. There's a lot here, and so I'm going to dispense with my normal updates other than to tell you everything's going great. And I'd like to bring out my colleague, Craig, to take you through OS X and iOS. Craig.
Thank you, Ken. Good morning. Wow. Hey. Fantastic to be with you here at WWDC. The team has been doing some amazing work this year, and I'm thrilled to be able to share it with you today. We're going to start with OS 10. Now, our current release, Yosemite, is a big, bold, beautiful release with a gorgeous new UI and breakthrough features like continuity that let you work across your devices like never before. Now, the adoption rate for Yosemite is just incredible. In fact, over 55% of active Mac users are running our latest update, and this is just unprecedented in the history of our industry. In fact, Yosemite has the fastest adoption rate for any PC operating system ever. So thank you. So for our next big release of OS 10, we knew we wanted to build on those strengths of Yosemite with some really great refinements and advances. The only really real question, of course, was what to call it. So we had to once again turn to our crack Apple marketing team. Now, in typical California fashion, they started with a project kickoff meeting and then headed immediately into a team-building offsite. Now, of course, they're in their traditional Apple marketing Free Bottom Fridays attire. They say it's all part of their process. I'm not sure I get it. Ultimately, this didn't yield any names, so they called in a consultant. He told them the answer was to be found within. Not within themselves, but within you. And so the new name for OS 10 is OS 10 El Capitan. For El Capitan, we focused in two major areas: experience and performance. For experience, we've made Spotlight more expressive, more powerful, and more knowledgeable than ever. We've made big changes to the app demo right now. Ask, of course, or whenever you wake your mind, is finding the cursor. And El Capitan makes this easier than ever. I just do that little shake we all normally do. It's right out to greet you. It's really handy. Now, we brought other great gestures to the system. I'm just going to go here and mail. I have a message here from Eddie. Looks like, well, now, that's a keeper. So I can actually mark it unread to keep it just by swiping two fingers across the trackpad, just like that. And this one I'd kind of like to delete, so I'm just going to swipe it away just like that. So some real nice little gestures. Let's move on now to Safari. Now in Safari, I have some sites that I like to keep around because I refer to them on and off throughout the day. And now, in Safari, I can pin those sites just like this. So I'm going to pin my Twitter site here. And of course, I've been following the Warriors. Go Warriors, we're going to get it done. Just like that. Now, pinned sites have a lot of special properties. For one, if I close this window and reopen it, you see are all right there, and they load instantly. Now, pin sites also behave differently when I follow links. So I'm just going to click on one here, and you notice it opens in a new tab, but my pin site remains. Now I'm going to open up a couple of more links. Let's open up this one, and let's say this one. I'll take a quick look. This one looks like some kind of presentation video, and this one's about the Giants. But have you ever had this happen to you? You're like, where is this audio coming from? Well, now, with just a tap, you can mute it, or find out where it came from and shut it down, just like that. So I'm interested in seeing this Giants game, and now Spotlight can actually help me out there. So I'm just going to do a search for the SF Giants, and we see right now I get current game scores, upcoming games. It looks like the game I want to go to is on Friday, so I can just search for weather on Friday. See, we get the weather, and can even resize the Spotlight panel and move it around. I mean, there's innovation, huh? But I can also express myself in my own words in Spotlight searches now. So I can do things like slides from Brian. You see I find those there, but how about slides from Brian about El Capitan. You see, I find exactly what I'm looking for in my own words. Now, this works great in other apps as well. Let's try it out in Mail. So I've been really busy, of course, the last couple of days, and so I've been getting a little behind on my mail. And I want to see the messages that I've received from Phil, but that I haven't responded to. So I'm just going to say, mail I ignored from Phil. There are a few, but I'll be getting back to him right after the show. So next, of course, it's great in the Finder as well. So if I wanted to look at documents that I was working on last year at this time, I might say something like documents I worked on last June. And I find exactly what I'm looking for. So this is really a great way to search. Now next I want to turn to window management. So I'm just going to run a script here that's going to open up a whole bunch of windows to simulate kind of what my desktop looks like after a day working on OS X, because it's a powerful system. We tend to have a lot of things open. OS X provides some great ways to navigate your windows, and one of those is mission control. Well, now, in El Capitan, we've made mission control smoother, simpler, and faster than ever. I'm just going to take 3 fingers and swipe up on the trackpad. You see I get into this gorgeous overview of mission control. I'll just bring forward Safari. Let's do that again and bring up Mail. Just like that. Works really great. But of course, OS X provides great tools also to organize your windows, and one of those is full screen. I'm just going to take this window here, full screen. And I'm going to reply. Looks like there's a message here from Eddie. He says that sorry about bailing on the team dinner last night. He was apparently prepping for the keynote, so that's understandable. But it looks like actually I just got a new mail from Jeff here, and now I can just click away, and it hides, and then, oh, hold on. Busted, Eddie. So I think I'll just drag this actually right into my Compose window. It hops right up automatically, and I can do it just like that. It's really great. And I can even open up tabs in Compose as well. It's really handy. So this is a great way now to work in full screen in Mail. Thank you. Now we've done something totally new to El Capitan, and it's the ability to work really easily on 2 windows side by side. So I'm just going to click and hold here on the green button, prompting me to pick a side. I'll just drop it in, and you notice I get an expose of all my other windows. Let me pick the new news app, just like that. Of course, I can resize this window to style it just the way I want. How about that blur? Again, innovation. So, great way to work. Here I can drag links, for instance, from Safari right in here. And you notice in the new Notes app, I get a beautiful graphical link that gives me a nice thumbnail that helps me identify what I dragged in there. I'm going to drag in some yurts. I think yurts for the WWDC keynote stage. So there you go. We've got some yurts here. So great way to work split screen. But we've also provided a really easy way to move windows into their own desktops. So let me just take this window here. I'm just going to drag it up past the top of the screen and drop it in just like that. But I can also do this to take a window full screen. So let's take Photos, just drop it in right here. I took it full screen. And now I'm going to take Messages, drop it on Photos, and create a split view, just like that. Totally awesome. And that is a quick look at some improvements to the experience in El Capitan. So we saw a powerful form of search in Spotlight that lets you compose your searches in your own words. It knows more than ever. It can look up weather, stocks, game scores. We saw gestures, for instance, just swiping to delete in Mail. And of course, pin sites in Safari and the ability to easily mute tabs. A great new Notes app that supports text styling, checklists, and graphical links. And better window management than ever with a new mission control interface, easy access to your spaces bar, and of course the ability to do split view and adjust it to see exactly for every pixel of your display devoted to your content. Of course, there's much more to experience in El Capitan, but now I want to turn to performance. So we've optimized performance throughout the system. In fact, we're seeing about a 1.4 times acceleration app launching, a 2x improvement in the snappiness of switching apps, the time to get first mail messages twice as fast, and opening a PDF in preview 4 times as fast. But we've also made deep architectural improvements, and that brings us to Metal. Last year, thank you, we introduced Metal at WWDC as a way to accelerate graphics in high-performance games. It takes the overhead out of OpenGL, providing a high-performance API that gives the game direct access to the power of the underlying graphics hardware. Well, this year, we're bringing Metal to the Mac. And we're doing more than that, because we're taking the graphics stacks on which apps on OS X are built, core animation and core graphics, and moving them from OpenGL to run natively on top of Metal, making everything you do faster. We're seeing 50% improvements in rendering performance and a 40% reduction in the amount of CPU necessary to do graphics. That means improved performance for your applications and better. But the benefits of Metal also high performance apps. In fact, Metal combines the compute power of OpenCL and the graphics power of OpenGL in a higher performance API that does both. And what we've seen from working with early pro developers is really phenomenal. Adobe came in and in short order was able to deliver an 8 times improvement in their rendering effects inside of. And they've been able to take the drawing engine in Illustrator, move it on top of Metal, and take kinds of UI that previously was non-interactive, like zoom of detailed drawings, and make it completely flawless and interactive thanks to Metal. Adobe's so pleased with this, they've said they're committed to adopting Metal on their OS X apps, seeing performance increases up to 8x. They're excited and what it can do for their Creative Cloud users. Well, of course, Metal is also fantastic for games with a 10x improvement, that's 10 times, improvement in drawing performance. And so we brought in Epic to see what they could do in short order, and the results are really phenomenal. I'd like to welcome to the stage Josh Adams and Billy Bramer for a quick demo.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you very much for having us here today. So last year, Metal revolutionized graphics on iOS. And now, Apple's amazed us again by bringing Metal to the Mac. Of course, this is great news for games, but also for the tools that we use to make those games. Here, you're seeing Epic's upcoming multiplayer title, Fortnite, running entirely on Metal. We're modifying it directly within the Unreal Engine, a development tool that powers many of today's best games. There's quite a bit going on in this scene, though, so let's break it down. First, there are 64 different layers of rendering effects, and that's a lot. They're all combining together, though, to produce what you see on the scene today. If we go into a simple wireframe mode, you can see the thousands of runtime shadows, and finally, we combine them all together to bring Fortnite's fun and lighthearted aesthetic to life. The interesting thing here, though, is that all of the effects you're seeing are being done completely in real time. Notice how the shadows and objects interact nicely as Josh moves the car around. Finally, we can change the time of day on the fly, dramatically altering the mood of the entire scene. All of this is thanks to the efficiency of Metal. In fact, we're seeing a 70% reduction in CPU use compared to OpenGL, enabling developers like us to create richer 3D worlds. Now, speaking of those worlds, let's hop into the game, Fortnite. Now, if you the pillow fort and battled imaginary monsters with your friends, you already know how to play Fortnite. This is the end of the world scenario you've been training for since you were a kid. This beautifully stylized universe, you can destroy anything you want, gather resources, and build a fort. So let's go to the car, gather its metal, and continue our wanton destruction by chopping down this tree to get some wood for later. Did we mention there are purple death storms? Like this one, for instance. We should go. Now, luckily, while we were out exploring, we found a multitude of weapons. And this broom. If we can just get across the field, our friend's been busy building a fort for us to hole up. Oh, did we mention the storms are made of monsters? We're gonna need something a bit better than this broom. Nice! And there's our friend laying down some covering fire.
Hey, look out!
We call that move the power cord. I got a bad feeling about this. We need a bigger fort. Let's place a trap, head inside. That looks like an enemy's broken into our fort. All right, let's use that wood we gathered earlier and fix this wall, build some stairs, meet outside.
Glad you could make it.
Whether you're a gamer or a game developer, possibilities for rich and engaging worlds. You can download the Unreal Engine for Mac right now, and the Fortnite beta for Mac starts this fall. Very much.
Thank you, guys. That was great. We've been totally impressed with what Epic has been able to accomplish in such a short time. And this is in part because the work they did to adopt Metal in their rendering engines for iOS immediately pays dividends on OS X. And we're seeing this with many other developers as well, who are bringing their gaming engines immediately to the Mac. And pro app makers are seeing the benefits of Metal as well. People like the Foundry and Autodesk. I think we're going to see pro users, gamers, and all of us benefiting from the performance advantages of Metal. So that is El Capitan, improvements to experience and performance. Now, El Capitan is available to all of you developers today. We'll be doing a public beta once again in July, and we'll be rolling out to everyone with a free upgrade this fall. And that's our update on OS X. Next, you guessed it, iOS. Now, our current big release of iOS is iOS 8. And iOS 8 was a huge release with tons of new features for users and a phenomenal set of technologies that you developers have been able to use to deliver all new experiences to the platform. The upgrade rate for iOS has been fantastic. We have 83% of active iPhone users currently running the latest OS. And this is really important because it means not only are they getting the most recent features, but they're also up to date on all the security fixes, and you're able to know as a developer that you can target all the users with the latest and greatest APIs. And this is a benefit that actually remains really unique to iOS. Well, so as we look forward, so we're now looking forward to iOS 9, and as we conceived of what we wanted to accomplish, first and foremost, we wanted to elevate the foundations of the platform. Things like extending your battery life, improving performance, and enhancing the security to protect customer data. But there was more we wanted to do. Adding intelligence throughout the user experience in the way that enhances the device, but without compromising your privacy. Things like improving the apps that you use most and taking the experience of the iPad to the next level. I want to start today with intelligence and Siri. Now, Siri has quietly become incredibly popular. It serves over 1 billion requests per week. And this is in part because Siri has gotten so great at understanding what we're saying. In just the last year, it's seen a 40% reduction in word error rate, down to 5%. That's an industry-leading number. And Siri's 40% faster than ever at responding to what we say. Now, for iOS 9, Siri has a beautiful new UI and is capable of doing so much more. Things like, show me photos from Utah last August, can instantly show you the right photos from your photo library. And Siri's really great at taking reminders. Now you can ask Siri things like, remind me to grab my coffee off the roof of my get in, because Siri knows now when you've gotten in the car. And of course, we often want to take reminders about things that we're looking at on our device, some content inside of an app, maybe a Safari. And so now you can say things like, remind me about this when I get home, and that reminder refers right back the link to specifically what you were looking at when you took that reminder. So Siri is a great assistant, but the best assistants are proactive. And so in iOS 9, we're bringing proactivity throughout the system. So say you like to run in the morning, and when you do, you like to listen to music. Well, now, your phone can learn that about you, and when you plug in your headphones, it can offer up Now Playing automatically right on the lock screen. Yeah. And this is all context sensitive to the time, the place, and even the devices you're connected to. So you do the same thing in the car later on, and it might offer up the audiobook that you've been listening to. Now, as a great assistant, your iPhone can now take invitations that you receive in your email, and without you even touching them, automatically put them on your calendar, and even give you a time to leave reminder, taking into account current traffic conditions, and of course, with just a swipe, give you access to driving directions. Now, have you ever had this happen to you? You get a call, and the number looks kind of familiar, but you're really not sure who it is? Well, as a great assistant, your phone can now look in your email and find out who that person might be and suggest it to you right on the incoming call screen. It's super handy. Now, this kind of proactivity is also great when it comes to search. So now when you swipe to the left of the home screen to get to search, you see that Siri offers great suggestions. Things like the people that you might want to contact now based on your upcoming meetings and your communication patterns, the apps that you might want to launch based, for instance, on what you just downloaded from the App Store and haven't yet tried out, or apps that you tend to use this time of day. And also, easy one-tap links to locations that are relevant nearby, and even breaking news. And when it comes to search, we also know more than ever before. So for instance, you can search for sports scores. And we now support video search of popular video sites like Vivo, Vimeo, YouTube, and the iTunes Store, and have these great descriptive cards with a play button so you can play directly from your search result. But most importantly, we now have an API for search. So now when a user performs a search, we can find content behind the apps they have installed on the device and pull those up in results. And when they tap, they're deep linked directly into the application. You see, for instance, here Airbnb, where they can get their result. And of course, we even provide a convenient backlink so they can get right back to their search results. So we think these kinds of intelligence features really make a huge difference in your experience in iOS. And to show you how, I'd like to give you a now. So I want to take you through a day in the life with iOS 9. And we're going to start with a typical day for me today. And we're going to the bedroom when I woke up in the morning. And you'll notice, because my phone knows that in the morning I like to meditate, that it's offered me a meditation app right here in the bottom left of the screen. So I can just swipe up from the bottom left, and I'm taken right in to meditate. This is so serene. Oh, well, it looks like I got an email, it's big karaoke potluck. And can I still pick up this super awesome karaoke machine? Well, you know, able to link me right back to what I'm looking for. So if I want to remember to pick this up, I can just say this to Siri. Remind me about this later today. And so Siri will put together a reminder, and you see the link right back to what I'm looking for. Well, I think after all, meditation isn't probably for me, so maybe I'll move on to exercise. So I'll head into the and because my phone knows that when I'm in the home gym and I hook up headphones that I like to listen to music, watch what happens when I plug in the cord. my headphones. Jumps right in and offers me some energetic music. So let's all bust a move.
Bust it.
I don't know what kind of exercise we're all doing here, but pretty good. Oh, looks like actually I've got that invitation that Phil was going to send me. So now normally I'd have to actually go into mail, look at the time, put this on my calendar, but in fact my phone has automatically done that for me. Let me just swipe down here into Notification Center and we'll look at my calendar for the day. And you notice that automatically it's already been added right there. Now, if we look at the rest of my day, up ahead I have my vocal warm-ups, of course, for the karaoke performance, and then WWDC. So looks like I have a little bit of time to prepare my dish for the big potluck. The kitchen now, and let's just swipe in. Now, when I'm looking for recipes, for instance, I like to go into search. So let's just swipe over into search, and we see that Siri actually has already, before I've typed a character, made suggestions for me for people I could contact, for instance, like Trent Reznor, my vocal coach. So I can just tap, and here I can call Trent up, and he can help me tap into my inner pain and rage that allows me to fuel my vocal performances. I actually haven't been able to find the pain and rage, to tell the truth be told. But also, we have all these great apps I can run, and locations nearby. For instance, because it's morning, you see coffee and tea and breakfast places are suggested, as well as news. But in this case, I actually want to do a search. So I have some potatoes I think I could make use of in this recipe. So let's just search for potato. And here you notice I'm getting search results right from Yumly. So let me tap into Yumly, and you see I'm deep linked directly in, so I get the great view provided by that application. Now, potato chips aren't exactly what I'm looking for, so I'm just going to hit the backlink here, and I can just browse directly in to another result, Canadian poutine. Now that looks like exactly what the doctor ordered. Yes. So let's take a look at the ingredients. Looks like 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter. I'm down with that. So I'm going to make at least a double batch. So I can just use search to actually search for, to do a conversion of tablespoons, figure out how much that is. So that actually is 3/4 of a cup. So I'm going to round up to an even quart and make myself some fine poutine. So search is really handy, but Siri is also great at search. So I want to jump forward to later today when I think I'll be reminiscing about WWDC's past. And I can ask Siri to help me with that. Show my photos from last June in San Francisco. Oh yeah, this is great. All these photos from WWDC. And you notice now Photos in iOS 9 has this great scrubber bar down at the bottom. So I can easily slide through photos super quickly, just like this. Let's see, oh boy, now we're in night. Oh, this is some fine stuff. Phil really does an awesome Viking crooner. This is good stuff. But of course, the king of karaoke, Eddie Q. In fact, when I want to get really pumped up and inspired for karaoke night, I like to turn to my Eddie karaoke album. So let's do that now. Show my karaoke photos of Eddie. Oh, that is the master at work. Hitting all, I love this hat. This is totally dope. Great stuff. Well, I could really look at these just all day, but you know, actually my assistant has given me a reminder based on traffic conditions that it's time to leave. So I'm going to wrap up this demo of intelligence in iOS 9. So you've seen how we've been able to bring intelligence throughout the experience in iOS 9, but we do it in a way that does not compromise your privacy. We don't mine your email, your photos, or your contacts in the cloud to learn things about you. We honestly just don't want to know. All of this is done on device, and it stays on device, under your control. And if we do have to perform a lookup on your behalf, for instance, for current traffic conditions, it's anonymous. It's not associated with your Apple ID. It's not linked to other Apple services, and it's not shared with third parties. Why would you do that? You are in control. That is intelligence in iOS 9. Next, let's turn to Apple Pay. And to take you through it, I'd like to bring to the stage our Vice President of our Apple Pay business, Jennifer Bailey. Jennifer.
Thanks, Craig. It's great to be here. We have been hard at work on our goal of replacing the wallet, and we've got some exciting updates for you today. I hope you've all tried Apple Pay with our super easy, secure, and private way to pay. Last year, we started with credit and debit cards, and we now have over 2,500 banks supporting Apple Pay. And this fall, Discover will bring Apple Pay to the more than 50 million card members. Popular merchants are also expanding their acceptance for Apple Pay, including great retailers who will be supporting Apple Pay this year, including Trader Joe's, Baskin-Robbins, and JCPenney's. These incredible brands join a great list of the biggest and best merchants supporting Apple Pay since our launch in October. And for you basketball fans, if you're lucky enough to have finals tickets, you'll be able to pay for all your team logo wear at both arenas using Apple Pay. Small businesses are also important for us, so we're working with innovative companies like Square to enable millions of small businesses to accept Apple Pay. This fall, Square will launch a gorgeous new reader. Pre-orders are starting today on square.com, and these will be available in our Apple retail stores starting this fall. With fantastic support of merchants, both large and small, we will surpass 1 million locations accepting Apple Pay next month. And thanks to our amazing developers, we have great momentum within apps as well. Apple Pay is so easy to use in-app. Our developers are telling us they're seeing more than 2 times increase in checkout rates. And we're adding new apps with Apple Pay to the App Store every day. Here are some of the latest, representing a great range of categories, from Delta in travel to Etsy, the leading crafts marketplace. These apps join an incredible group that are redefining new and simpler ways to pay. We're also excited to be working with Pinterest. Later this month, Pinterest will launch Buyable Pins, where you'll be able to buy items from thousands of stores, including Neiman Marcus and Macy's, right from within the Pinterest app, using Apple Pay, and only on iOS. With the great momentum of Apple Pay in the US, we are now excited to announce that we're bringing Apple Pay to the UK. And it's coming next month. We will launch with 8 of the most popular banks, with more coming this fall. With this great lineup of banks, we will support more than 70% of the credit and debit cards in the UK. Great merchants are also lining up to support Apple Pay, like Boots, Costa Coffee, and iconic British brands like Marks & Spencer and Waitrose. We will have over 250,000 locations supporting Apple Pay in the UK. That's more than we started with in the US at our initial launch. We are also thrilled that our customers will be able to commute and pay for their fares on the London transportation system with Apple Pay. So that's Apple Pay coming to the UK. Now let's talk about some of the new features that we're adding in iOS 9. First, you'll be able to add your store, credit, and debit cards. Store cards offer unique membership benefits, and leading retailers like Kohl's, JCPenney, and BJ's will be the first to offer their cards on Apple Pay. We will also add loyalty and rewards cards, also with a great lineup of merchants. Kohl's will bring Yes to You program, Walgreens, their Balance Rewards card, and for you coffee and donut lovers, Dunkin' Donuts will bring Apple Pay to their stores beginning this fall. And Apple Pay automatically presents the right card, so you'll never miss a reward. With the expansion of Apple Pay and the new types of cards, we've decided it's time to rename Passbook to Wallet. One place for all your credit and debit cards, loyalty cards, boarding passes, and more. We told you last year that our ultimate goal was to replace the wallet, and we are well on our way to doing just that. We couldn't be happier with the progress towards our vision and with the momentum of Apple Pay. Thank you.
To the apps you use, and we're going to regularly our users. And for iOS, we have some really great enhancements. Numbered lists. But of course, we all like to create checklists in our notes. And so Notes makes that really easy. And of course, you can just check off your items with just a tap. Now, because a picture is worth 1,000 words, we make it easy to get at your camera and your camera roll and put photos directly in your notes. We're also providing a great new way to capture your ideas by just drawing with your finger. We provide some great drawing tools. You can make sketches with these tools and drop them right inside your note. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but a lot of times the things I want to put on my notes are things that I'm looking at that I find in other apps, for instance, a web page in Safari. So now, from the share sheet, you can just, with a tap, right back into your notes. And we make it really easy to find your notes. So we organize them by time, of course, and now we have these great thumbnails that let you see your embedded images at a glance. We also provide this cool new attachments view that shows you all of your photos, your maps links, your website links, and when you tap, you can get right back to the note where they came from. Now, Notes is great on iPhone, on iPad, and of course on the Mac as well, and all of your content is kept up to date across all of your devices via iCloud. That's a quick update to Notes. Next, let's turn to Maps. We've continued to invest heavily in Maps, and the improvements are really awesome. We're seeing 5 billion user requests per week. Usage on iOS is 3.5 times higher than for the next leading mapping app. Now, Maps, of course, historically have been focused on drivers. They emphasize things like freeways and roads. But we know for a lot of our iOS users, they're mostly focused on public transit. And so now we've created a great map just for them. Yes, it's transit. With transit, we provide a map that emphasizes all of the different transit lines, buses and trains, subway stations, and so forth. And when you tap on a station, you get to see all the lines that run through it with their departure times. And we do multimodal routing, using whether you're taking a train, a subway, a bus, or a ferry. And we provide step-by-step directions, including time for walking directions. But we've taken special care to get the details right, the ones that matter with transit. For instance, if you take a subway station, like this one in Columbus Circle in New York, it's not just a point on a map. If you look closer, it's actually an enormous underground structure spanning many city blocks. And so we carefully surveyed all of the entrances and exits so that we could give you walking directions based on the time to travel from where you actually are. Now, this not only saves you a ton of walking, but it also probably is the difference between catching your train on time and being stuck. It's really great. Now, we've taught Siri all about transit, so it's effortless to ask Siri for directions. And we're going to be rolling Maps out, transit, starting with these cities across the world, and with these and 300 more in China. Now, when it comes to searching in maps, we're now letting you find locations by type nearby with just a tap. And when you find a location you're interested in, the card will tell you right away, right there in the bottom, whether they support Apple Pay. Support those Apple Pay merchants. Maps is great on iPhone and iPad, and of course, the Mac as well. And that is Maps. The apps that we've chosen to build in to iOS are there because they represent fundamental experiences to living on a mobile device. And there's been one that we've been wanting to do for years, something that so many of us find ourselves wanting to do every day on our device. And so today, I'm pleased to announce that we're introducing a new application, and it's called News. News is beautiful content from the world's greatest sources, personalized for you. Now, here's an article in News. It's absolutely stunning. Now, publishers can easily create beautiful content using gorgeous imagery, custom layout, and rich typography. But News is also interactive. And so to give you a look at News in action, I'd like to engage our Vice President of Application Product Management, Susan Prescott.
Thanks, Craig. Thank you. I am really excited to be the first person to show you our new News app. It's right here on the home screen. The first thing News wants to do is get a sense of what I like. So it's going to give me a short list of really great choices to choose from. And you'll see as I tap, additional recommendations come in on the bottom to give you even more choices. So I read Warrior and topic baking creates a inline Now, I read ESPN. Beautiful. Better it gets, it shows it in.